Everyone, hope you all are doing well and are safe at your homes. After the completion of chapter 1, today we are going to start with the chapter number 2, that is nutrition in animals. After you have completed this chapter, you should be able to understand what are the different stages involved in the nutrition of animals, what are the functioning of the human digestive system, what are the different types of nutrition in animals, what are the different types of teeth in humans, and what ruminants are. Okay, in this chapter we are going to study all these objectives. So as we have learned that different animals, they eat different types of food and their bodies are well suited and adapted to utilize the food. So, based on their feeding habits, animals are classified as herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers, and decomposers. So, in this chapter, we'll learn what happens to food once it is eaten by an animal and how nutrients are obtained from it. Okay, so as you know, animals cannot synthesize their own food and hence have a heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Thus, animals depend directly or indirectly on plants for their food. So, the food that we eat cannot be utilized instantly to obtain nutrients. So, it is first broken down into smaller substances, simpler substances that can be easily absorbed by the body to provide nutrition. Okay, there are mainly five main steps in the process of nutrition in animals. So they are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. So we are going to study all these five steps one by one. So first coming your ingestion. So what is ingestion? Ingestion is the act of taking food inside the body through your mouth. Alright. So after ingestion, your food reaches for digestion. Now what is digestion? Digestion is the process of breaking down of complex food particles into simpler particles. Okay, so the process of digestion, it takes place with the help of digestive juices prepared by the body. All right, so after digestion uh, comes your absorption. What is absorption? So the absorption is the process in which the simple soluble digested food, they are absorbed into the blood. Okay, so after absorption of food, coming your assimilation. So how can you defining assimilation? After proper absorption of the food material into your blood, food need to be utilized by our bodies. So assimilation is process in which digested food particles, they are carried by the blood, where they are further broken down to generate energy to maintain good health. All right, so the last step in the process of nutrition in animals is egestion. So what is egestion? Egestion is the process of removal of undigested food from the body. So the undigested food, the unabsorbed food which is not required by the body, which is not utilized by the body, is removed from the body. All right, so after different steps in the process of nutrition, coming your next subtopic, that is modes of procuring food. So modes of procuring food means the way of intaking food by different animals. As you know, the mode of procuring food, the way of taking in food into the body, it varies in different animals. So each organism have each animal, each organism has some special structure on its body. For example, firstly we'll talk about your human beings, that what are the special structure, how the human beings take in food. So human beings use their hands to take food into their mouth. Okay, so second coming your ruminants. So first you should know what are ruminants. So ruminants are types of animals. They are those animals that brings up food from its stomach and chews it again. For example, you can quote example like cow, sheep, goat. So they are the best example of ruminants. So they pick up food directly into their mouth. Okay, so next one is your paramecium. So paramecium is a, it is an unicellular organism, and you will find paramecium in freshwater ponds, lakes, rivers, and pools. But mainly you will find paramecium in stagnant ponds, which are rich in decaying organic matter. All right. So how does paramecium obtain its food? So paramecium has fine hair-like structures called cilia all over its body. Here you can see in the picture, and these hair-like structure, they help this paramecium to obtain food particles. All right, so as we know, as I have told you, that you will find paramecium in the water bodies. So the constant movement of cilia pushes the food particles along with the water current into its mouth. Okay, so next, coming here, next example, or you can say next way of procuring food can be seen in hydra. So hydra is a simple multicellular organism that you will find in water bodies, and it has a large number of tentacles around its mouth, which capture small aquatic animals and kill them with their stinging cells. So here you can see the picture of hydra with the large tentacles, large number of tentacles. So it uses its tentacles to capture food. Okay, so food is then pushed inside the mouth. So next, coming here, spiders. So how does spider get its food? So spider weaves, as you know, so you might have seen spider many a times. Spiders weave a sticky web in which small insects get trapped. Okay, so they, what they do, they inject digestive juice in the body of insects, which digest all the parts of the body. So then the spider sucks up the digested food. So next, coming your frog. So how does frog capture its food? So frog capture its food, capture its prey with the help of long sticky tongues. So the long sticky tongue of a frog helps in capturing an insect coming nearby its mouth. So it pushes out its sticky tongue to capture the insect. All right, so you can see in the picture. Then next example is of insect, that how insect takes in its prey or takes in its food. So the mouth part of insects such as butterfly, houseflies, mosquitoes, and bees, they are modified to form a feeding tube called as proboscis to suck liquid food. Okay, so as it is just similar to the way we sip drinking uh, juice or drinking water with the help of a straw. All right, so here you can see the picture of proboscis or picture of feeding tube on your book. So next is your multiple choice questions. So try to do these multiple choice questions on your own. So this is all about for your today's lecture. Now what you have to do, you have to frame internal questions of this topic that we have just covered today, and write these internal questions on your rough notebook. All right, so tomorrow we'll be starting your next topic, that is digestion in humans.